This is a test. Today we're talking about how Danny fumbles the bag on every Tinder date he goes on. Come on, dude.
Yeah, be careful. I forgot. Can you grab my water, please? Careful. A little shaky. Careful, don't drop it. Thank you. All right. Get yourself comfortable. Good.
Yeah.
Comfortable? Need anything? Pillow?
Okay.
Advil?
No.
All right.
You can start.
I'll start it.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry, it's crazy right now. I'm gonna get a hat. Hold on. You just try to hang in there, soldier.
Thanks, man.
It's down right there. Out of frame. All right, you good?
Yeah, man.
Anything? Water or
No, I'm okay. I mean,
surgeon?
as okay as I can be. I was attacked. I was mauled by a
vicious beast.
vicious.
Okay, let me do the intro on it. And you can tell everyone about it.
It's not really funny. Go ahead.
So this made me laugh so much more.
Not cool, man.
Okay. What episode is this? Try to count with your fingers.
Hopped up on narcotics.
Try to count with your fingers.
That's not cool, man. We're on episode 24.
24?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sauce Nuggets podcast. This is episode 24. We are your host. I'm your able-bodied host, Daniel, and this is your fragile piece of bag of broken glass.
I'm not fragile. If you would have faced what I faced.
So, this is Andrew. We're doing fun facts.
Yeah, fun fact.
Fun fact about Andrew is that he has the biggest bitch to beast ratio that I've ever seen. As in, biggest amount of bitch for per size of beast.
Okay, and Daniel's fun fact is he's okay with leaving his best friend to get injured as long as it means he can go party his life away.
Okay. All right, let's just get into it. Tell them what happened.
So, Daniel wanted to go party with his family, right? And I was like, being the good friend I am, I agreed to watch his dogs, right? Well, I didn't realize that there was going to be a rabid monster that I was going to have to watch. And so, there I am. I'm at Daniel's place. Daniel leaves. I don't know what he's doing. Like, he's gone. It's been like 8 hours at this point. He's been gone. And this monster, this giant freak, this giant beast runs up and mauls me. Okay? And I'm going to put a picture on the screen of what he did to me so you can truly see. And graphic warning on the screen. Look away if you can't stand this kind of stuff, okay? All right, go ahead and put it on the screen. And yeah, so
this is a good picture of him. I'm surprised my phone could fit such a large image. So much memory.
Okay, yeah, we'll put him on the screen too.
I think that's a good picture of him.
So yeah, I mean, what can I say? I was attacked.
He survived by the skin of his teeth. The skin of his teeth, isn't that the saying?
Don't say the word teeth.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That scares me.
But yeah, Andrew was viciously annihilated by this dog. So at this point, the image is already up, right? Yeah. Okay. So we can talk about the actual dog now. Okay. So
yeah,
this dog is like this dog is like I can't think he's more than 5 pounds. I can't think he's more than 5 pounds. 6 pounds maybe. But it's my mom's Yorkie, and whenever they adopted him, I guess he's been through some stuff. So he has like periods of random aggression, I would say. Like he just attacks randomly. And so when I brought him over here, I told Andrew, like, hey, just so you know, this dog bites. So be careful. And, you know, the dog's really nice. Like, he's not a mean dog, but he just has these random bursts where he gets aggressive. And so I leave, and then I come back, and Andrew's like, oh, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. This dog is so nice. This dog is so friendly. He goes, I've been picking him up and flipping him over like a baby and petting him. And I'm just like, man, this dog is going to fucking bite you, bro. So be very careful. So I leave, and it's my sister's baby shower. We're there for like hours. And I get a call from him, and I answer the phone, and I hear Andrew in like shaky breath. And he's like, he's not nice. He's not nice. So this motherfucker went up to him and bit him.
And you know, what just blew my mind is that I was picking him up. I was like getting him on the couch because he kept getting up to the couch, wanting to jump up. And like none of that. He never growled at me, nothing. But when he bit me, I wasn't doing anything to him. And so that just blew my mind. I was literally sitting on the couch. I was leaning on the couch, and I was sitting, and I had my hand like this on the couch. And he ran, jumped on the couch, and bit my finger. And then when he bit my finger, I didn't like think he was gonna attack me. And so I just like jumped, and I guess that scared him probably. And he like ran and went in his cage and like never came out again. Never. And I tried to walk over to close the cage, and he was like growling and barking and trying to snap at my fingers and stuff. So I just like not going near it. And he never left the cage.
And then I got back.
And of course, Daniel gets back, and he's like the happiest dog ever and runs up to Daniel.
I let him out, and I'm just petting him like it's nothing. Yeah, it's just like also like the whole family kind of knows he's like that. So we know some things that trigger it. So it doesn't happen to us as often, but like, you know, never having been with them. But I gotta say, we were all, when you called me, because I was sitting at a table with everyone, you called me, and I'm like, yeah, what about him? Oh, he bit you? He bit you bad? Like, I told you not to pick him up. And my mom's just like dying laughing. But yeah. Funny dogs, man.
I mean, it's not a big deal. Needless to say, I don't really know how the Sauce Nuggets bank account is going to recover after I sue them out of everything.
To us?
Yeah. It's technically your responsibility, somewhat. Because I would say you're like lead shareholder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like probably you're going to have to
I'm going to have to sell my Sauce Nugget stocks.
Yeah, you're going to sell all your Sauce Nugget stocks.
Sauce stocks?
Socks. You're going to sell all of your socks.
All my sauce stocks. I'm like a little, not sick, but like a little under the weather.
Daniel's been gargling this medicine like it says to take every 3 to 4 hours. He puts it, he uses it every 80 seconds.
Like 5. Actually, like the last 2 times I've done it, I haven't felt any effect. So I'm probably just going to have to stop for a bit.
So yeah, eventful yesterday.
New
setup. We didn't even say that.
New setup, yeah. Moved to a new place, so we're trying out recording here, and if the audio's good, the lighting stays good, and there's not too much background noise, you know, we might record here more often. Got our mini fridge, which is not plugged in, not gonna lie, and it's really small now that I actually look at it. It probably fit like...
But we could fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you think?
Like
or maybe if we took that out?
We took this out, we could stack them, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it could work.
This is gonna be our bubbly fridge.
This is gonna be for our sponsors.
Yes, in preparation for our bubbly sponsorship impending.
Shout out to Ellen for the idea. I cannot get this fucking thing. Shout out to Ellen for the idea.
Every episode we're gonna have that fridge with bubbly stocked. Okay. Wow, this is really not making our...
Yeah, this is a horrible start. Okay. Sorry, technical difficulties. Get you out of the bag, bro. There we go.
Okay. So what's on the agenda?
Biggest relevant thing, I think, especially for like us and like viewers our age, like guys that are our age as well, is the the documentary that just came out, the Quiet on Set documentary about Nickelodeon back in the day and all the
That shit is crazy.
all the stuff that was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think us especially being the actual kids that, you know, were kids when that stuff was coming out, I think it hits us, you know. Our parents were like adults when that stuff came out. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's as big an impact to them versus us.
Yeah. And it makes you like, I feel like if I was rewatching like Drake and Josh, for example, if I ever go back to rewatch it, I'm going to be thinking that in my head, like, damn, this whole time, like, at this point in time in the show, right? Like, that's when this was happening?
I think the stuff that happened in the documentary, if I remember right, happened before Drake and Josh started.
Oh, really? Okay.
It happened during all
that. Doesn't make it any better, but...
It happened during all that in the Amanda Show.
All that?
Yeah, all that was like a Saturday Night Live for Nickelodeon. This like sketch.
It sounds familiar. I haven't heard of the Amanda Show, but all that...
You've never heard of the Amanda Show?
Mm-mm.
That's kind of wild.
I've never heard of the Amanda Show.
I would say the Amanda Show was like... When it was coming out, it was like the biggest show on Nick.
It wasn't around the same time as like Zoe 101 or
a little bit before Zoe 101.
Before Zoe 101?
Yeah. Amanda Show was like right before Drake and Josh.
Okay.
Because Drake and Josh started in the Amanda Show and then they got their own show after.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Amanda Show is essentially all that, but centered around Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, that's the Amanda Show.
That's who.
The Amanda Show was like her show.
Oh, because I heard all the stuff about Amanda Bynes, but I don't really know who she is.
Like, you never seen her?
No, I've seen pictures of her now, but like I didn't know. I had never heard of Amanda Bynes until this.
That's kind of wild.
Just because I mean,
she's like, I feel like she was a household name back then.
I probably I watched a lot of the shows, but I didn't actually know the names of the actors back then.
Right.
You know, like, until like I got a little further along, like when I was watching like Drake and Josh and that kind of stuff. Ned's Declassified.
Ned's Declassified was a little later, I think.
Yeah, the kind of shit that was in that, actually the majority that I know from that, because I didn't actually watch the documentary, but I read a lot about like what happened, and there's another podcast I got information about it from. The bulk of what I know is the stuff with Amanda Bynes and
Drake.
And Amanda Bynes and Drake, but on Amanda Bynes' side, it's mostly to do with Dan Schneider, right?
Right.
Where like she like emancipated herself, and then like I don't know, they were like really close.
That's talked about in the documentary, but not much.
Yeah,
not much at all.
And then Drake
it's mentioned
with Brian Peck, you know.
Yeah, that's gone into in depth.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. Like the Brian Peck stuff, especially, like. He had like 20 celebrities sign a character letters. Character letters.
A lot of big actors too.
Dude, and the kind of stuff they wrote in there was like, he's funny. He's the funniest guy I know. That's a defense for a child R word.
So, right? Yeah, and I'm not trying to make excuses because I don't know the details, but I've heard also that it was that like they didn't know the exactly what he was going to court for, but it was requested they do a character.
Bro, letter. That's crazy.
So imagine I just say, hey bro, I'm going to court, I need a character letter, and you give me a character letter, and then you go to court, character letter is read out loud in court, and you're like, yeah, I did that for my friend, and then they're like, yeah, he's wanted for molestation of a minor, rape, like all that, or grape, all those words, like.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is, if you wrote a character letter for someone that you knew was going to court and you just like didn't bother to figure out what it was for, that's on you. Like, that's crazy. Like, I know in one of the character letters, I don't know which person wrote this one. I'd have to look it up. One of the character letters said he had to have been seduced to commit something like that. So at least some of them knew.
There were multiple that said that.
Yeah, at least some of them knew what the charge was. Maybe some of them didn't, but like. To say something like he had to have been seduced to do this, that means that you know it's like a sexual assault, right? I don't know.
To be honest, if I had to guess, I don't think any of them actually wrote the letters. I think it was just requested of them. They had their agent write it up and they signed it. That's my guess.
Bro, I don't think so, man. That's like a crazy thing to let an agent do. Because then that would put the agent on.
But it's implied multiple times. No, that's like a normal thing, I think. Like if you ask a teacher for a letter of recommendation, I'm sure some of them will like get like a generic one and just kind of like twist it a little to match your stuff and then send it out.
I mean, yeah, but like at the end of the day, like you hire that person, and if you let them clear that kind of stuff, then that's on you.
It's true.
Yeah.
And it's mentioned multiple times in the documentary that like people in those positions tend to leverage their power.
Yeah.
And so if they have power like that, it usually means they have connections.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's going to court for that stuff. I'm sure he pulled every card he could to try to minimize his sentence.
Let me tell you, Brian Peck has connections. That guy got 16 months and then went back to work at Disney as a child rapist. Oh, maybe I can't say that. As a child R-worder, got a job at Disney afterwards. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's a big fumble on Disney, honestly.
And I don't know. That's wild. And then like there was like the interview that Dan Schneider did with one of the other.
Yeah, he's like on one of his shows.
Yeah, but he was an adult.
Yeah.
He was an adult at the time of filming.
Yeah.
So
he's like a 40-year-old man or something.
Yeah, he did not go through any of that stuff. So he was making a lot of like, he was saying a lot of things that were like, well, every time I saw you, Dan, you were always like there to help everybody and stuff. But it's like you weren't one of the kids. So like, even though he was helpful to you.
Not just that, it's like such blatant conflict of interest.
Yeah. That
you like almost can't take it serious, anyways.
And then Dan would say stuff like when they were talking about Brian Peck, Dan said like it was like so horrible that happened. I couldn't believe that happened, but Brian served his time and it's like, bro, what? Brian served his time? He only was there for a little over a year for child, So
yeah. Stuff is crazy.
It's just like so much stuff got unveiled and I'm just like, man, like if Harvey Weinstein could get away with it for so long, right? Like, other people in those positions are doing the same.
I feel like a lot of people with so like obviously no one knew that Drake was like sexually assaulted.
Yeah, because it was all sealed. They just knew that it was a kid.
Right. But prior to that, like prior to the documentary coming out, Drake had a lot of controversy.
Yeah, because he was talking to like a 16-year-old girl or something. Yeah,
he was talking to a minor, and I think there was also that he like went to Mexico. He got like huge in Mexico.
He is huge in Mexico.
Yeah,
that's all his tours are. They're in Mexico.
So he's and he speaks like pretty good Spanish. He'll sing songs in Spanish and stuff like that. So, and I've heard some people mention that like, oh, he goes to Mexico because over there the legal age is younger and this and that. But I feel like at this point,
no, I don't.
After seeing what he went through, like, it adds up. Not saying what he did was right, but I'm just saying like there is a scientific
connection to childhood trauma. People that experience childhood trauma commit similar acts.
Specifically like sexual assault and like power dynamics.
Which
people that are victims tend to become aggressors.
Yeah.
When they get older.
Which definitely does not mean that it's okay what Drake did. Drake still shouldn't have been fucking talking to little girls.
No. And he pled guilty for that, I think.
Yeah. What he did was super inappropriate, and he should not have done it. And he 100% should have been penalized for it, and he was. And he faced the music, man, and it destroyed his career.
Yeah.
I think the reason he went to Mexico, it's speculation to say he went to Mexico because it's a younger age. I think he went to Mexico because his American audience was destroyed, ruined. Nobody wanted him anymore. Yeah. So going to Mexico, honestly, was like the only
smart
thing in my mind that could keep up his, him like going to shows and playing music and stuff, because his career was destroyed. I mean, it still is. He's never going to come back in entertainment.
I wouldn't say that.
You don't think so?
I think the documentary gave him a level of empathy with the audience. I've seen a large amount of like Drake empathy since the documentary came out.
I think he'll be less hated. I don't think he'll get a job in entertainment though.
I think he could.
I think he could make a presence online now.
I think if Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan can all make comebacks multiple times after being known for being like crazy drug heads, I think Drake probably could make besides the crime he was convicted of. There really hasn't been anything else.
Yeah, no, there hasn't been anything else except for him talking to that girl.
Yeah, Britney Spears is like shaved her head, put her kids in danger. Like, have you seen Britney Spears lately, bro? Those videos she posts are
pretty wild.
They are fucking scary, in my opinion.
The one with her dancing with like knives or whatever.
Bro, it's just like the way she looks at the camera with like those crazy eyes. That shit is horrifying to me. Like,
I mean, does she have kids?
Yeah, I think she has like 2. At this point, they're probably like 16 or 14 or something. But
I didn't know she had kids.
She had 2 kids with Kevin Federline, if I remember right.
Oh.
If I remember right. I could be wrong. Don't fact check me. Or fact check me, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think Drake definitely could. I think the documentary softened the blow of what he did enough to where he probably could make it back in the U.S. If he talked to the right people.
Maybe.
Is it gonna be with Nick? I doubt it. Like Nickelodeon? Shoot.
Maybe Disney will give him a shot. No. They gave Brian Peck a shot. They'll give Drake a shot.
I don't think Disney's that dumb.
Yeah.
The one I hope doesn't get a comeback is Dan Schneider.
No, Dan Schneider's weird, dude. The whole like there was a whole like thing about how I think it was on. I want to say it was on Twitter where the Nickelodeon page did like send a picture of your feet for a chance to win something, and like they got like hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of like little girls pictures of their feet, reposted for a chance to like win whatever. And I'm like, bro, Dan Schneider 100% has those on a file somewhere on a hard drive
called the Spank Bank.
Yeah, allegedly.
You're a legal team. You know what?
Yeah.
What the heck? I don't give a fuck.
You're like, I don't give a fuck.
You know, fuck, bro.
And I'm gonna
definitely
bleep
that.
I'm gonna bleep.
Definitely bleep that out.
That and put something over my. And then I know some of the stuff about Amanda Bynes where like the extent I know about hers was like her parents screwed her over in terms of like, or she claims her parents screwed her over in terms of like the money and the finances. She tried to emancipate or whatever from them, and then went to Dan. And something about her staying with him, or I don't know. But I remember seeing that some of the I don't know where I heard this. Some of the kids said that Amanda Bynes would frequently not be on set because she would be with Dan.
Yeah, they said that would happen.
Yeah.
Or she'd be gone for a few hours to work with Dan.
And like that's weird. But it's also kind of weird that like Amanda Bynes hasn't said anything. So I don't know. It's
I think there's a couple reasons. Okay, first, as far as like the facts, the rumors, I don't know any facts, so I'm not.
Everything's speculation.
I can't fact check you.
Yeah.
One of the things I heard though was that she was impregnated by Dan Schneider when she was like 13.
That is a wild claim.
And got an abortion at 13.
That's a wild claim. If that's,
and that she can't. She doesn't have any kids because after that she like couldn't have kids. That's what I was told by a reliable source, my sister.
I was like, bro, that's a wild claim. Allegedly 100 times over for that one.
Yeah.
Please.
But what was said in the documentary was specified that her parents, what is it called when the parents like have like ownership over like her money? Is that called?
Is it like what happened with Britney?
Yeah.
They have a conservatorship
or whatever.
Like as far as her finances?
Yeah. So like the parents had that. And then what they did also mention in the documentary was that she tried to emancipate herself and that the police were called, and it was especially that they were upset with how Dan Schneider handled the situation. I don't know if that has to do with what you're saying about like she stayed with him or what, but
yeah, it's kind of weird.
I don't know if it's like, to me it's especially weird because I grew up with such paranoid parents, such overprotective parents. Stuff like this makes me like, nah, they were right.
That's a red flag.
No, but like seeing that parents,
Yeah,
like stuff like that, like Drake's mom, bro. My mom, if a grown man told my mom, I'll take over taking your son places, my mom would
The hell you
skirt
are.
that shit so quick. It wouldn't even get to the point where like Drake's dad was, where
No.
it like took him like touching him a lot. The second the dude was like, "I'll take him to his interview," my mom would be like, first of all, stay the fuck away from him." Like that would have been it.
I feel the same way about like people that used to let like Michael Jackson sleep in the bed with their kids and stuff, where they would just drop him off at his place and
Speculation?
huh?
Isn't that speculation?
No, he openly
fact.
said he slept with children, but that was the claim, was that he would just lay down with them and that nothing would happen. But it's like, bro, that's so creepy. Regardless of if you were true, regardless if that was true, regardless if your intentions were 100% pure, that is weird. You are a grown man laying next to a bunch of children that are coming to hang out with you. That's like,
First of all, there shouldn't be any grown men hanging out with children.
No.
To begin with.
No.
And in the documentary, when Drake's talking about how like the abuse went on and was repetitive, and you're wondering like what got this guy caught if Drake never said anything, and it was that he got a girlfriend, and he was at his girlfriend's house, and that Brian Peck was trying to get a hold of him so they could go to Disneyland together, or whatever, and he was like blowing up Drake's phone, and Drake was like, obviously someone who abused him, so he's gonna want to stay away from him. So he's trying to tell him like, no, I'm gonna stay here with my girl. And so Brian Peck started blowing up the girl's house.
bro.
And so then the girl's mom catches wind of it because her home phone is like blowing the fuck up. And when she finds out it's a 40-something-year-old guy trying to get a hold of my daughter's 15-year-old boyfriend, so she's like immediate like flag on the play. And she talks to Drake. She's like, "What's going on?" And he says that it's at that point that she contacts Drake's mom and is like, "Hey, I'm just letting you know we're taking him to a therapist tomorrow. This is what's going on. This is not healthy. This is not safe. We're gonna get to the bottom of it." And he still didn't get caught after that because Drake didn't tell the therapist anything. And that he didn't get caught until Drake like blew up one day. I guess he had had enough, and he told his mom about it, and his mom called the police after that. Crazy though. That's crazy.
That's wild, man. It blows my mind, bro. There are probably people that have been in prison for like 10 plus years for like having marijuana one time, like 10 years ago, right?
But then someone touches a kid and they get out within 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. And not only does he get out, he gets like dream job. Gets out, gets a job with Disney.
Dream job because he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
Not because Disney's there.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying dream job in terms of like when you get out of prison, you have no prospects. You have no way of getting a job unless like unless you have like this really good skill set and a place is like has no one else. Like I feel like a company's never going to choose a felon over if they have a lineup of people to choose from. Right. So like your odds of getting a good job, a stable job, trashed. Right. But the fact that this dude just like was in prison for a little over a year and then went to work with Disney, that's crazy. I don't know how that happens. And the judge, whoever that judge is, we need to put like the name of like the judge and all the people that sign character letters or something, because like that's crazy. I feel like those people need to be like, they need to have some hit back. They need to be held accountable.
I'm sure they're going to, especially in this day. There's so many like, I want to say like accountability vigilantes on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times it's too far, but I feel like for something like this, there should be people like that.
That's the thing. Like, who's deciding too far? Your too far might be mine. Like my too far might be your. That's okay, right?
Yeah, maybe.
That's why it's vigilantism, because it's the people deciding.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like for our word, there's no like.
But
question.
I'm not saying like your scale
Mm-hmm.
is in question. I'm saying the fact that you're choosing the scale makes it like vigilantism. Does that make sense?
I guess so, yeah. But I think,
like I'm not saying like Batman.
and I'm not making a case for it not being vigilantism. I'm just making a case for it being okay as far as it being child molestation.
I'm just talking about in this day and age. Like this conversation would not have happened 20 years ago.
No.
There's
everything's behind closed doors.
The most someone could do is maybe like protest outside the studio.
Yeah.
But these days, like
you're getting called out, posted all over the internet.
Exactly.
Yep.
Any work you do can get like bad ratings because people are just blowing it up. Any YouTube videos, any posts on Instagram are just columns of just like hate comments.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over. So it's just like
except ours. Our comment section has no comments.
We don't give them reason to. What the fuck?
No, I'm saying it has no comments. I'm saying it doesn't have hate comments. It has no comments.
Which is better.
Yeah. No comments is better than hate comments. Don't leave a hate comment, Manny.
If you leave a hate comment, if you said Manny,
I had to call out Manny.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Shout out to our 15 or 10 regular viewers. We love you guys.
All the realest. But yeah, man, this stuff is crazy. Stuff is crazy. Like,
does Nickelodeon even make good shows anymore? Like, I guess I don't.
If I remember right, the last ones that Dan Schneider worked on were like their last hits. I think since then, I don't. And it's funny. Like, I think it's kind of funny that they don't have any like hits since Dan Schneider left. It's like y'all are not helping. Y'all are not helping. Like, keep him out of a job.
No. I also thought it'd be fun to do like an AI episode. So like we basically tell AI to come up with 3 topics and we talk about those 3 topics.
Oh, that'd be cool. We can do that right now. We could try it.
Do an AI episode right now?
No, like do an AI segment.
Oh, do an AI segment right now. Okay. So what should the message be? We are on the set
of the hottest
new trendy podcast called the Sauce Nuggets Podcast. Come up with a topic for us to talk about that will make us famous.
Bro, I would have been like, give me a topic and sent it.
Okay.
Should make us famous?
Yeah. How about discussing the secret history behind the most iconic sauces, from ketchup's origin to the mysteries of sriracha? Exploring the stories and controversies behind these condiments would be informative and entertaining for your audience.
All right, let's run with it.
I think it thinks we are a podcast about sauces.
And I think, given the fucking name of it, it's not far off.
I think the fact that Big Ketchup, has such a grip on the U.S., bro. Like, mustard should be the number one.
Bro, whatever fucking happened to the good old days where I could go into a store and get my ketchup green.
Like the Hulk ketchup or Shrek ketchup?
Sure.
Is that what you're talking about?
It was just green ketchup.
Really?
It was literally like a vibrant green.
I mean, I remember green chocolate syrup from like the Hulk stuff or the Shrek stuff, but I don't remember green ketchup.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't know
green
what I'm talking about?
Chocolate syrup?
Yeah. What do you mean?
You sound crazy right now.
I'm not green chocolate syrup? You're crazy, bro.
Green ketchup we're good with.
I mean,
bro, but I remember specifically when I was like 5 or 6 years old, they had like a green ketchup. And I remember because I was at my grandmother's with my cousins, those little fuckers love ketchup. So we got like a communal plate of French fries. They got this fucking green ketchup and went and like, you know, like did like the little cross drizzle. And I was like, What the fuck, bro? Y'all couldn't put a little dab on the side? Why'd you have to just like net?
Put it over everything.
Fucking net ketchup all over this. And so I remember I was pissed about it.
Green ketchup just does not sound appetizing.
And guess what? It's the same fucking thing. It's just green. It's a vibrant green. How do you... What I don't even understand is how do you make it go from red to green? Because my thought is if I throw green dye into red ketchup, it'll just make it like a purple.
Is green and red purple?
It makes like a purple like color. Look it up.
Oh, I believe you.
I'm colorblind. Look it up.
Well, if you think about it, because doesn't red and...
Green is yellow and blue. So it's red. Red and blue make purple.
Okay, yeah, so it would be...
A little tinge of yellow onto purple?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Purple.
But it's not purple, it's green.
Well, but ketchup isn't...
So how do they make it go from red all the way to green? Because just adding green is going to make it... You add double green? Like, you have to make it go from purple to green? Because you know the original green is going to make it go from red to purple?
No, it's because it comes from green tomatoes. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's because...
I was about to say, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
It's because ketchup is not red. They make it red. They add the red dye into it.
So what color is ketchup?
It's like clear. It's like tomato paste and... Bro, if you just took a tomato and crushed it up, it wouldn't be that red.
It wouldn't be that red,
vibrant,
but
really
it
red.
would be red.
I mean, yeah, but they definitely add red dye into it, right? Like red 40 or whatever that is.
Let me look.
Bro, I would drink a whole jug of red 40 right now on the podcast.
No.
I'm going to say, not about sauces.
Ketchup isn't dyed.
What?
It has a red color due to the main ingredient being tomatoes.
Well,
Wow.
I sound pretty
like
stupid right now.
Idiot.
Okay, look, they came up with a better one. This one's a little bit better. It says,
we're not even done with this one, bro.
we're done with green ketchup.
We're not done.
We're done with
We're
green
just
ketchup.
getting started. We haven't even touched sriracha yet. Look, see, I told you. Green ketchup.
That's weird, dude. I never had that.
Bro, it's like a vibrant
They
green.
named one after your mom, too? That's crazy.
Blessed and beautiful ketchup. That's what it's called. Not what I just saw.
Okay, it's another topic came up with. It said, okay, how about diving into the future of entertainment? Virtual reality, augmented reality, and beyond. We could talk about Apple glasses. Is that what they're called? Apple something?
I don't know what it is. Apple, but the Apple.
Bro, every time I see a video of that shit is crazy. You gotta be crazy to walk outside wearing that thinking you look like a normal person. Like walking around in the Starbucks going like this.
But you know what's even crazier? Besides how it actually looks on you, that shit is so sick. That shit is so sick. You're telling me I can watch TV and have other TVs augmented, walk away to the bathroom, watch TV while I take a piss, and still aim for the Mario coins in the toilet? That's crazy, bro.
That's pretty wild. I think right now it's cringe. If I saw someone walk in with that, I'm like, that's weird. But if like 30 years from now, everyone's wearing that shit, fuck yeah, I'm down.
Nah, they're gonna make it more sleek.
I mean, yeah,
this big ass thing,
sleek,
right?
then
Eventually,
that's fine.
it's gonna be just the lens, and like the bulk computing is happening like back here or on the side.
See, if that's the case, I'm down. Let's do it.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I'm 100% one of the first people that's gonna buy something.
I want the fucking Apple Daft Punk mask, where I'm just in a mask, look like a badass, but the whole time I'm like playing Flappy Bird.
I want the marshmallow version. I want the big marshmallow.
Nah, bro, ain't it.
I'm
trying to think of what I would even do with that. What do you even... You don't need it for life. But what do you do with it?
It's literally just a way to become more immersed. Like, instead of walking up and grabbing my coffee off the counter and then sitting down and then opening up YouTube, I'm watching YouTube while walking up and grabbing my coffee. It just makes...
See, and you know what's... I guess it's just me as a consumer. There's nothing on YouTube that has me so entertained that I need to do that. Well, same with Netflix. Same with... There's no show even like my favorite anime is One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel a need to watch One Piece while I do my shit. I just, once I get around to some time, I'll watch an episode.
Well, so I mean that just goes. I mean, I think that just that it just depends on your hobbies. Like I am a YouTube guy. Like I watch YouTube. I breathe YouTube. So like that's my number one source of like entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm ever wanting, that good endorphin hit of watching, a guy, do a backflip on a scooter and land on his face, I watch it on YouTube.
I guess.
So, but yeah, I'm just saying like that's the only thing I could ever see everyday use for augmented reality. I mean, there's obviously more professional uses for it.
But even then, how do you control it? That's why I don't.
When I see the videos, people are just freaking scrolling with their freaking hand. I don't know how that works.
Wild, bro. That's so wild.
It's like in the 90s
not
the 90s. Was it the 80s when like Duck Hunt came out? Even when I was a kid and I used the gun for Duck Hunt, I was like, bro, how does this work? Like it made no sense.
Even when someone broke down how it worked and the science, I still don't get what the fuck's
magic,
going on,
dude. It's
bro.
like, how am I
so
shooting my
crazy.
TV with this gun that's plugged into the controller?
It's crazy. You ever heard how they actually do it?
It has to do with the lasers in the TV, right? Like you can't use a regular TV. You have to use one of the
It's like the gun is like a sensor.
Yeah.
And when you press the trigger, it like the TV like I don't even fucking know, bro. I can't even explain it.
I'm pretty
TV
sure
goes like black though.
Yeah.
That's why it flashes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it has to be with one of those TVs. You can't do it with you can't go
like an LED.
Get a new LED TV and do it with that. You have to use one of the older TVs with the laser whatever screen.
This shit's wild.
It's crazy. I kind of miss watching stuff on those TVs.
I do not.
No?
Games look horrible on those things, bro. Going back? Because, like, there were times back before emulating was a thing. Like, I would just, if I wanted to play my old PS2 games, I would have to go break that bitch out, plug it in to my newer TV, and it just looked awful. So then I'd use the older TV, and it still looked awful.
Yeah.
Just, it blended better.
Hey, I miss playing on Game Boy, bro. That used to be the shit.
Bro, I want to get a laptop just so I can emulate.
Yeah.
So I can play old Pokemon games.
I can play Game Boy on this.
How good is it? Does it make your phone get really hot?
No. I think it's called GB. Yeah.
Which game are you playing? Emerald? Better be Emerald. Better be Emerald. Yeah, buddy. New game? Oh, loser. Lose it?
It's pretty sick though.
That is cool. I can do the same thing on mine, but it's a lot more work.
Yeah, I mean you can do the same thing on any phone.
I've done it on older iPhones. Like,
yeah.
To emulators, but they crash so often. And like I'm the type of I have too short of attention span. If I save a game, do 10 minutes worth of shit, and the game crashes, I'm not doing the 10 minutes again.
Yeah.
I just wait till I feel like it again, and then I'll get back to it.
Bro, the lighting is still like really pretty good. It's not as good as it was when we started, but I mean like it's pretty bright. I'm liking this setup. I think this might be the new permanent setup.
I think we can also get lights. We can get a ring light.
Dude, the light that Vu had, we should get something like that and like put it in the corner right here.
I don't know how much it was.
No, I mean I could buy that. Yeah. I think this is the new setup, man. I don't think we'll be doing any more at my place.
Yeah, I think we just need better chairs.
We need better chairs. We need to get those rocking chairs. We're planning to buy some rocking chairs. So we'll actually, in future videos, we'll be sitting lower. We're sitting so high because these are like
and we'll be going like
chairs.
this.
And we'll be rocking. Hey guys, welcome to the sauce.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one.
We'll be sitting lower. We'll have the fridge a little bit lower. We can reach into our little fridge, grab our bubbly, throw it on the screen. Be chilling. Oh no, don't say that. Not BTS again. And then like the fact that we're doing this on your PC just makes it so much more reliable. I'm not sitting here freaking out, wondering if my shit's gonna crash, if my laptop's gonna die, what kind of warning we're gonna get, what kind of corruption we're gonna get. It's just like,
kind of corruption.
yeah, like messing with that laptop. Like all the previous episodes, there's so many episodes that were like screwed up. There's the episode that like completely stuttered. There's the episode that like we lost the sound or something like that. So, there was the episode that it didn't record our visuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's been like 3 separate incidents where we had to like mess up the
freeze framed or whatever.
Yes, yeah, except for Adrian. Adrian was moving, but it was just me and you staring at each other.
Cringe.
So yeah, new setup. I love it. I like the lighting. I like the sound, audio. I like the background. Just need different chairs.
Little by little.
Yeah. So.
But I think that'll wrap it up for today.
Yeah, I'm down to call it.
There.
Do you want to say any parting words?
That's where we cut. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.
See you in the next episode.